Mentorship is meant more for not just the technical people, but like your sales engineers. So it's still meant for like business development, but it's really meant more for people who are trying to sell and develop IIoT and Industry 4.0 applications internally and externally. That's what mentorship is really meant for.
Guys, we're live. Thank you for joining. Today, we're answering your guys' question about, we've had a lot of you ask, what is mentorship about? And so we have Walker here to answer that question, and as well as all the mentees. So this is actually not going to be our mentee monthly group call. This is our orientation call, but we are going to be meeting monthly to meet with you guys. So anyways, I'll kick it over to Vaughn Turner, the co-host for today. Vaughn.
Hey guys, how you doing? Glad to see everybody here.
Hello.
Awesome.
So, like Zach said, we are going to be doing this every month. So we'll go through basically what you guys can expect to get out of the mentorship program. You know, what it is, everything like that. So I noticed a lot of the same folks from the mastermind. I appreciate you guys being here as well. What we really want to do is make sure that you guys are getting as much information, as much valuable information as possible. And then for you guys that are also in the mastermind, you've already seen a little bit that we are definitely going to dive a little deeper in that. So this is going to be kind of a thing where we assess your skill set and your knowledge. So the actual surveys that we sent out, it's very important that you guys fill those out and send them back to us, because that's actually going to kind of give us a baseline of where you stand with your technological skill set, your knowledge, and the different subject matter. So, and that's kind of going to be where we base, and so Walker will know exactly where we need to go with each one of you guys. Okay. So again, I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll let Walker go ahead and get into it, and hopefully everybody will hang around and we can answer some questions later. So thanks again, guys.
Let's kind of go over what mentorship is. And here's the general idea. Our goal for mentorship is we have been wanting to create an army of like-minded people. That's our goal with digital media. It's been our goal with our strategic partnerships. Our goal across the board is we're basically trying to create an army of people who think the way we do and attack projects the way we do, right? Because if you look at Intellic's mission, our mission is to help save and create middle-class jobs in the United States. And we're going to do that by helping manufacturers do more with less by leveraging technology, right? And I know it's counterintuitive, but trust me, it does create jobs. It saves jobs and creates jobs. So what mentorship is it's for you, it's the opportunity to advance your professional career and your knowledge base of Industry 4.0, all the methodologies and the approaches that we take. That's what you guys will get out of it at the end of the day. You're literally, mentorship is going through the exact same type of training that our engineers go through. It's not the same type. It is literally the same training. All of the training is really focused on UI, backend, and scripting. Now, those are really the three modules of each step, okay? Step one training takes a few months. We have engineers that it's taken 6 months to complete. So what's going to happen is for everybody, sales engineers, business development people, everyone's going to start step one training a week from Monday, and you're going to progress at your own pace. What you're going to get is a training deck that tells you what you need to do in order, which trainings to take, where to go get those trainings, okay, and where to complete them, and who to submit the completions to. At the end of the step one, there is a practical, okay, and that practical lays out, okay, you're going to build an application. That application is going to be built in Ignition. That application is going to leverage all the stuff that you learned during step one. So there's some SQL Server training, there's MySQL, there's Python scripting. So Python 2 is the training you're going to be going through. People ask the question, why are we doing Python 2 and Python 3, not Python 3? The answer is because Ignition scripting language is Python 2.7, which is based on Python 2. So that's why we have you go through the Python 2 training. Even if you're a business development person, you need to go through this training. And the reason why you're going to learn the technical skills you need. The reason why is you're going to understand from a business development perspective, the skill sets needed to develop IIoT applications. Everything that we focus on is IIoT related and Industry 4.0 related. Okay. we ask you a couple things we need you to do. There's a skills assessment that we ask everyone to fill out. That skill assessment is going to go into a matrix for us so that when you have specific questions, whether you're asking a question in the mentorship channels or whether you're reaching out to us directly, we can consult your skills matrix before we answer. Okay. If you're a business development person who rates themselves a 1 out of 5 on all of the skills categories, we are going to answer a question much differently than we are for someone who says, I'm a 5 out of 5 on the automation side, a 3 out of 5 on software, and 1 out of 5 on the back end. We want to be able to cater the answer to where you fall on the spectrum. Okay. What is it you're going to receive from the mentorship program? All right. Number one, you're going to go through our step training. So you're going to go through, depending upon how long you stay in mentorship, you're going to go through step 1 and you're going to go through step 2, which focuses, again, it's more advanced. Step 1 is pretty basic. So there are some people who already have advanced SQL skills, both MySQL and SQL Server. You may be an advanced Python developer. You may already be a credentialed in Ignition. If you're credentialed in Ignition already, then all you got to do is submit your credential. If you're an advanced Python developer, instead of taking the basic Python 2 course, we're going to ask you to take the advanced as part of the step 1 training. So the training is also flexible. There are verticals you absolutely have to complete, but the training is flexible. Number 2, what you're going to get is once a month, we're going to do a live stream. This is not the once a month live stream. We're going to do a live stream once a month that is a private live stream. So just for the mentees. The mentee group is really going to drive what we're going to cover. We know what the structure of that live stream is going to be, but the topic of that live stream is going to be driven by the group. Okay. Also, we have the private Discord chat. So that is, why is that valuable? Number one, it's not public to anyone. We know who's in the private chat. We do not know who is in the public chat. The public chat is the entire community. If you have the link to the Discord, you can join the Discord server because we believe in open source development. We believe in building open source communities. But we also realize that there are business considerations that go into some of the topics that we want to discuss, and some of the stuff needs to be private. And what that private Discord channel is, it's the point of entry for us to communicate to all mentees at the same time. The other thing is, if you ask a question in the mentorship channels, you guarantee that question is going to get answered. The last thing you get is you get direct private access to our resources, the people on our team. If you have technical questions about something you're working on, we will be answering those questions for you. Because again, at the end of the day, our goal is, hire every engineer. If we were only developing engineers we were going to hire, we would have a much smaller impact on the community than if we create this mentorship program and we basically train people even we're not going to hire. And we show them how we achieve results. Mentorship is meant more for not just the technical people, but like your sales engineers. So it's still meant for like business development, but it's really meant more for people who are trying to sell and develop IIoT and Industry 4.0 applications internally and externally. That's what mentorship is really meant for.
Anyone who did purchase the mastermind will have access to the recordings. Obviously, the foundation, that was our free 1-hour webinar that everyone hopefully had already seen. And then here's actual part 2. So we had a first half, steps to digital transformation, and then we kind of had an organic Q&A session. So I've broken those sessions out here so you can watch those. Those are available now. And so I just wanted to include the survey into Kajabi so that, into our Intellic Online Learning Center. So that way it's all right here, Please do this because anyone who went to Mastermind Part 1 last week, this is your ticket to the second half.
So for all the Mastermind attendees here, that will be the 25th of this month. That's when we're going to reconvene for that. And then if you guys need the survey, you did not get it, just drop your name here in the chat, and Zach and I will make sure that we get that to you.
I, for one, am incredibly excited to finally get this started, the mentorship. I'm incredibly excited. And I hope everyone who is a part of this group is as well. And I really want to thank Zach and Vaughn for all the work they've put into making this a reality.